Decimals, the main thing is keeping track of your decimal places. When in doubt, add dummies well, dummies in the sense of like placeholders. So when you're adding 0.7 and 0.35, you may want to make it 0.70 plus 0.35 to make sure that you keep the 7 lined up with the 3 and not inadvertently make it into like 0.42. It actually needs to be 1.05 rather than, you know, if you did 0.35 plus 0.7, you could get, you know, 0.42 because you'd be adding 7 to 35 incorrectly. So line them up, put in dummies to make sure. Subtraction, same thing, 0.70 minus 0.35, and so it ends up being 0.35. It's the same thing as 70 minus 35, but then you have to make sure that the decimal points line up. Multiplication, you have several different options, but basically it doesn't matter which one you put on top. You just have to make sure that you keep track of all the decimal places at the end. 7 times 5, 35, 21, 22, 23, 24. So you get 245, and then you have to account for your 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. It's 0.245. Division, you have a couple different ways you can do it. 0.7 divided by 0.35, you could actually represent it as a fraction. And then that might make life a little bit easier. You can then also multiply numerator and denominator by the same thing. Multiply them both by 100 to move the decimal point 2 to the right. And you end up with 700 over 35, and then the answer is 20. You can also just do it as long division. So 0.35 goes in, because everybody loves long division. You can also just punch it into your dang calculator. So, you know, sometimes it's going to be faster to do it, you know, in your head or on paper. But 0.7, you have to move the decimal point over 2 for both of them, and it amounts to the same thing. So, anyway, a lot of these are easier with the calculator, but sometimes you will still find yourself doing it out on paper because it's faster than actually typing it in. Okay, 2.3 falls exactly halfway between which two numbers? So we're going to have 2.3 in the middle, and we have to decide, and it's going to have the same amount plus and minus on both sides. So is it the same distance from negative 2.3 and 2.3? Well, this is clearly impossible because it's actually at 2.3, and that's not the same distance from negative 2.3, so it's not A. Then we have negative 2.3. Oh, and we have to determine here, this is negative 4.6 difference. So this is still negative 4.6 difference. On the other side here we have 4.6, which might seem right, but 4.6 is actually only 2.3 more than 2.3. So we had to subtract 4.6 on the left, add 2.3 on the right, needs to be the same number. Negative 1 and 3, so if we have negative 1 here, to get from 2.3 to negative 1, we need to subtract 2.3 and then subtract another 1 on top of that, so this is minus 3.3. And to get to 3, we just added 0.7. So, still not there. Negative 0.5 and 5.1. So to get here, we subtract 2.3, and then another 0.5 on top of that. So this is minus 2.8. To get here, it's very interesting here. You simply add 2.8. 2.8 plus 2.3 equals 5.1. So let's keep these separate. Clearly it is this one. 2.3 is exactly halfway between negative 0.5 and 5.1, even though the two numbers don't look anything alike. We had to correctly add and subtract decimals, though, on both sides to make sure we got it.